So as I mentioned in the last video, I was going to just do a little kind of recap about all the projects that are going on at Hurt right now, and there's a lot, so bear with me. Again, I apologise for being outside. There's lots of strange noises. It's very alien to me. For the first 19 years of my life, I lived on an island, and coming to the big cities and trying to kind of ingratiate myself with real people, that's a real challenge. There's a few projects going on. That was nonsense what I just said. Let's talk about Two Down first, because it's in my head because of yesterday. Yesterday we tracked the last drums for the album with the same drummer as Quiet One, believe it or not, Benn, amazing drummer. He's the drummer for Rag and Bones Man, something like that, who's doing very well at the moment. A really good drummer, kind of multi-genrealist, and it's just disgusting. Same drummer who's on I'm Still Here, so if you kind of don't know what he sounds like, that's what he sounds like. And we tracked the last songs for the Two Lost Boys. They were the last kind of elements to get kind of pushed into the album, and now that that's done, just needs to be mixed, and it's away. There's a new single. We teased it yesterday. I teased it yesterday on Two Down Music. I'm not going to give away the name, although it's fairly blatant because the name is right in front of you. That's Two Down. Oh, Two Down. Also, we have the Two Down acoustic album as well, which is sounding disgustingly cool. Hopefully today I'm going to preview a little kind of guitar riff thing on SoundCloud, just so you can hear the sounds of the guitars together, because I didn't think some of the songs would work, specifically the song Hate, which is so incredibly unfriendly to play acoustically, but it really worked, and by the time we had it kind of practiced and honed in, it started to sound amazing. So that's really interesting, and I'll put up a little snippet of Hate later so you can hear. That's really good. Moving on, I have two singles from an upcoming album that I can't mention the name of, but you're probably aware of it, and I'm saying two, like that, two, that's four, but two. I was going to keep going with that, but it's fine. And two singles. They both come out at the same time. I did do it again. They both come out at the same time, and I'm going to code name them. I already have a code name for one of them, which is Me Crosslord, and the other one I'm just going to call it Annie, or Anni. I don't know. It's not really a code, is it? That's quite blatant. But they both come out the same day. I wanted to do that. I've really wanted to do a kind of dual single thing for an upcoming album on the same day, so that's my chance to do it. I'm really pleased with how they're sounding. And again, Benn, drummer, drummed that entire album as well. So that's upcoming as well. There's also maybe a Quiet One B-sides EP. It's 5 songs, so slightly more than an EP. But EP coming out soon as well. Again, not sure where or how, but I will keep you up to date with that, and that's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, because I had so many songs for Quiet One, and it just seemed so hard to fit them into the album, because I wanted the album to sound so specific, and there were two kind of track listings for the album, both 14 tracks, both 14 songs. They're all the same songs, but they were kind of arranged differently. And in fact, Intimate that comes out is going to be arranged slightly differently to the album that you hear, but it's actually the original track listing version, which is quite cool. That's a lie, it's not the original. It's going to get too complicated if I talk about it. I'll talk about it, or I did talk about it in the documentary. What else? I have an album. It's very, very long, and it's called Diplomat, and it's called Dea, and it's possibly the weirdest thing I'll ever release as a human. When I evolve, maybe I'll release something slightly different, but it's the most odd collection of songs. It sounds amazing together, and I hadn't heard it kind of smashed together ever. So now I hear it as a complete album. There's a couple of songs that need a little bit of work, because they just sound so disgusting. It's just, they need polishing a little bit, because I don't know, there's no vocals on it. It's just weird. It's just not, it's too weird at the moment, so I need to finish a couple of tweaks on those. But that's really interesting as well, and I really look forward to that. And there was something else which is happening right now. Ahead of a few songs that are coming to you soon, I want to release a collection of zombie songs. Kind of the best of Zombies 1, the best of Zombies 3, and a choice selection from which I kind of have a few that I really think will translate well to acoustic. We tried, when we were doing the 2 Down acoustic thing, the day after that, Jack was still here, who was engineering it, and we did, what did we do beforehand? I can't remember if we did it beforehand or after, it doesn't matter. But we did a Drowning in Paris, or a Fire in Atlantis. That was always going to be the original name, you probably never knew that. But that was always the original name for a Drowning in Paris, so I always think of that before I think of a Drowning in Paris. And we did an acoustic version of it, and it just sounds amazing. Like, specifically the Zombies 1 songs translate so well to acoustic. And there are a couple from Zombies 3 that I want to kind of add in. I know High Rises, Alcatraz. What was the other one I want to use? High Rises, Alcatraz. There was another one. There's not many from Zombies 3. But anyway, I want to use a couple of those, and a lot from 1, and a few, or 3 or 4 from 2 as well. Apologies. I'll bleep that out. I won't bleep that out. I will never remember. I always say I'm going to bleep something out or I'm going to take it out. Never. It just doesn't happen. So that's the 3. That's all the projects. I think that's all the projects anyway. I'm also working on a few artist projects. For one of them's for her and 2 of them for other people as well. I'm getting to work with someone who I've admired for the majority of my life, which is amazing. And I really look forward to, that's an album. It's called 5. 5 is the number 5. And I don't want to talk about that at all. I'd just delete that from your mind. I may actually have to delete that, but I won't remember. I'm also working with the singer of a band who are just really fucking things up at the moment, and that's a single that's coming out. That's probably the end of the year though. I think it's actually, no, it's not. It's around Halloween. That's going to come out. It's I'm actually featuring on one of their songs, although I wrote the song originally. That's really complicated. I wrote the song. He's a mate of mine. I wrote the song, gave it to him. His bandmates really liked it. They redid the bass and a couple of the synths, and then gave it back to me. He came down, did the vocal. I'm on it as well as a verse, and I scream a lot in the last chorus. And that's it, and that's a whole song now. I was just thinking of something then. No, there's another extended EP. It was going to be an album, but it felt like we were forcing tracks out. It's a kind of indie alternative version of Quiet One and 2 Down mixed together. It's called Portraits, and it's with one of my best friends, and Ben again. Seems to be, well, he's the Hurt session drummer, so he's going to be on a lot of things. It's with a few of my other mates, and we kind of got together and started making this kind of hybrid genre of interesting things. And it's called Portraits, and as I said, it's going to be, I think, a 6-track EP. We did want to do an album, but we got those 6 tracks out, kind of honed them in rehearsals. There's something else I need to talk to you about as well. It's all coming out now. It's my mind. It unlocks things as I keep talking. The words that were coming out my mouth was... Portraits. 6-track EP, yeah. We tried to do some more songs after the EP, kind of, we had those songs. And they started to sound either a bit metally or a bit indie, and they weren't quite what we were looking for, so we decided to cut our losses. I'm not sure if we'll make an album or anything. It just seemed like a really cool selection of songs. It was a really interesting sound. We might make an album, it's brand new for me, so I don't know. It used to be called Pictures, then we upgraded it to Portraits. I don't think you can get better than Portraits in the art world. What are those things? Murals? It could be murals by the end of it. What are those things they have in churches? Not murals. They have... Carry on with the dinner. Can't remember. That's really annoying. Can't remember. It's gone. They have them in churches anyway. That's the upgrade. So you can upgrade a portrait. Solved. Mystery solved. But that's coming up soon. The last thing is that, and I don't know if this is being too cheeky, I know you all really like the zombie stuff, and to keep writing albums gets boring to some extent. You know, there may be a Zombies 4, although it won't be called that. There was going to be an Extinction 2, but I ended up writing it, then nicking a few songs with Diplomat and kind of fucking them up, and then that became Diplomat. And Diplomat's kind of this evolving species that grabs ideas of songs. Like, it's just really odd. It's just kind of grabs elements of songs and it's like, have me now, I am the Diplomat. Like that. It's very strange, but it does happen. The last thing was I have a 4-man group. We've only rehearsed once as of yet, but tomorrow we have rehearsals booked, which is going to be the new group 916, the guys who kind of play the albums live, because I've really wanted to play the albums live for a really long time, and we're going to take my Pro Tools rig tomorrow. It's already all packed up. Going to take the Pro Tools rig, and we're going to play as much as we can. This will be the first real practice we've had, because we had the drummer and the other guitarist and me, but we never had the bassist before. So this is going to be the full lot, and it's going to be mental. Like, it's going to be just so fucking loud. Seriously, it's going to be loud. And that's going to be really cool. So I might end up filming a little bit of that. They kind of went away and learned the album because I tabbed out some of it. It was, Zombies 1 was harder to play, so it was kind of, that was tricky because it was chords that were really uncomfortable to play, and a lot of it's on 7-string, and that's quite uncomfortable on the whole. Although, when it comes to this new group 916 thing, I play a 7-string, and Paul doesn't play a 7-string, he plays a 6-string, but we kind of make it work. And he plays in a really odd tuning as well. It's like Dad Gag or something, really. Not for what am I talking now? I'm just going to ramble for a bit. He plays in this really odd tuning that I'd never heard of. I play in Dad and Dad Gad, but he plays in Dad Gag. That sounds like some sort of sexual thing for a dad. Dad Gag, and I've never heard of it, and it's really interesting. Like, it just seems to work really well. And but that's for another project that he's in, called Bear something. They just released a song called Elysium. Don't know. He's in something else. There was something else right then. What was it? Oh yes, my Ibanez Custom. I spoke to Ibanez a few days ago. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but they sent me a RG7 like a year ago now, to kind of check out, see if I liked it. RG7 is a 7-string RG. It's one of their models. To see if I liked it and stuff. And yeah, I like it. The frets are a bit small. I kind of like jumbo frets, so they're going to add jumbo. The actual RG has jumbo, but the one they sent me didn't. And I also want to put on it Mini Tune, which is an automatic, physical automatic tuning system for the machine heads. So it literally spins the machine heads to the correct tuning, or what it believes is the correct tuning. And I like it. It's really interesting. It's completely programmable, because Groot 916 is in G. We play in drop G. It used to be drop A sharp, and Zombies 1 was drop B, but we've now dropped again, and so to have something that automatically tunes is so useful, and it has my own custom artwork. One of the singles that's coming out that I mentioned, you know, this whole thing that looks like, not that, well, it could just be that, couldn't it? 2, I should have done that, it's much easier. One of those singles, the artwork that's that single, the Me Crosslord one, that's the artwork that's going to be on the guitar, and it looks, I think it's going to look amazing. They're going to send me another one at the end of August so I can try it, and I'll probably make a video on it to show you what it looks like, and they'll be available to buy, which is really cool. Like, and it has upgraded pickups, has a strap lock system. I took off the weird whammy bar. I didn't want a Floyd Rose, I just wanted standard stock, and it's some specific, it's the same, it doesn't matter, same thing as Korn have. It's this kind of, they have actually a whammy bar on theirs, but I didn't want that at all. I think Monkey doesn't, Head doesn't, anyway. Doesn't matter, but that's really interesting. That's the new double N, obviously, series RG from Ibanez, which I'm really looking forward to. The new studio as well. We have an SSL 4000E. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. That's currently in there, but it's not set up yet. So once that's once that's set up as well, we'll be able to. It's got a big live room as well. We'll be able to kind of film some of that, maybe film some of the setup as well. I can't set it up myself, it's massive, it's heavy, and needs like 6 people to move it, and it's a serious bit of kit. And that studio is looking amazing. That's going to be the official Hertz Studios once it opens. I think will be kind of one of the most advanced studios in the South. So that's really interesting. I mean, I can think of a lot of other studios kind of in the local vicinity and kind of extended vicinity that don't, at the moment, still don't have what the old studio had, let alone what the new ones have, new one has. So that's really interesting, and that's coming along very slowly, but these things do when it comes to big, important changes. But we'll do some tours from that, and I will be going back to the old studio in Intimate. I don't know if I mentioned that, I think I might have said it's the new one. A couple of the songs are taken from the old studio, which is quite cool, because that's where a lot of them came from, and that's it. Anyway, I'm just rambling now, so I apologise for that. It's just I haven't made a video in literally like forever, so I don't get to talk to you guys at all anymore. I kind of disconnected from the internet, and it did me just so much good. It's amazing. So I recommend you do the same after you watch this video, and that's it. And after you check out the Intimate sessions from Quiet One. Disconnect, because the internet's fucking shit. Seriously. It's nothing happens that's important on the internet. I realised that like 2 years ago. Nothing important happens on the internet. Everything important happens in real life. But even the big changes, the internet doesn't change much. There's all these petitions for things that never get passed and get 200,000 signatures and don't get passed and don't become regulatory kind of laws and code. It's just mental. The internet is fucking useless. I think if we kind of all banded together and made it a kind of centric hub to really make change, I'm talking kind of charitable change, and not just charitable, regulatory change, it would be such an important place to be. But it's filled to the fucking brim with bullshit, and so I just don't want a part of it. I just fucking hate it. Seriously, and it's unfortunate because so much of my business and my life is invested into the internet, so I have to kind of be wired up. But I decided to take an active role and disconnect. It's been like 3 months now. It's been amazing. Just got so much done. Look at all of those projects that are kind of almost near completion now. And if I'd still been plugged into the matrix, none of them would have been touched. Seriously, like the amount of creativity once you disconnect, it's just peaceful. It's just an incredible place to be. I love it. And I also found it affected my weight and my sleep as well, the internet. Like, I sleep better, I'm thinner. It seems to be like when you're up really late and kind of hooked onto a screen, you just kind of eat and you just sleep really badly. But once you get clarity, it takes a while. I had these awful headaches as soon as I left, and it comes from just staring at a screen for like 3 years and then stopping doing that. And I think your eyes just kind of readjust, and it seems like just an amazing time. And I would suggest that if you ever get the chance to leave the internet, leave, because there's nothing there that's worth staying for, in my opinion. You may think differently. Anyway, I'm literally rambling now, so I apologise for that, and I really do miss you though. That's the thing I wanted to kind of get out of that, is because I left it quite immediately, and I do miss the names, I miss people. It's a shame, but you can still get hold of me. A lot of people do. I still have Twitter. That's the only thing I still use religiously, is Twitter, because it keeps me in contact with Steve, keeps me in contact with Hurt, although I sometimes post on Hurt as well, and it keeps me in contact with people that otherwise would be completely the other side of the wall from me. So that's the one thing I do use, and I'm at Benn Down on that if you don't know. Don't follow me, it's fucking weird. Anyway, thank you, bye.